Hi everyone and welcome to Super Dwarf Sunday for January 7th, 2024. It has been 4.5 years since I've been doing Super Dwarf Sundays featuring TC for the most part, and then more recently Ryder. So this week TC got into a little bit of trouble. I haven't been letting him free roam as much as I used to because he tends to bother other snakes that are free roaming and minding their own business in my office and workspace. So I typically open his enclosure and allow him to come out. And then once he really gets on the move, I've been picking him up and moving him into a snake-proof room that has plenty of climbing stuff and enrichment on it. But the bottom of that room the door on that room has a barrier on the bottom. So once he's in that room, he can't get out of that room. And that's where I've been letting him be. Well, the other night I opened his enclosure and then I walked off and started doing other things, and time went by. And before I knew it, he was in the kitchen. And Spock has been in the kitchen patrolling for mice and free roaming and minding his own business. And TC, of course, had to go in there and climb right over where Spock was and climb on the counter. And so I took it as an opportunity to do some training practice with him. So I set up a station and I asked him to target off the counter and onto the station. And that is what you're seeing here. Now, this is what usually happens when TC wants out, which is pretty much every single night, sometimes even every single day. And sometimes he does spend days at a time in that room I told you about, is I open the enclosure door and I wait until he comes out. Then I pick him up and I move him into a room where he can spend as much time as he wants, and he's got access to water and he has access to climbing things, and the bottom of the door is blocked and he cannot get out. And that room is very heated. It is very, very warm. There's a skylight in this room that lets in natural sunlight through the ceiling, and there's a heater vent in this room. And the room probably stays around 80 degrees most of the time. And at night, at the very, very minimum, it drops down to probably 77.